So today I have a water pump replacement on a 15 Cx5. This is a 2.5. I'm gonna show you a trick how to get this pulley out. So every time you try to turn it will keep spinning. For example, it'll just turn so you can't even take it out the boat. So the trick to this is you want to get to this hole right here, put a extension in, a short extension, and kind of lock it in place like that. There you go. Got that one on. So let's do the same for these. Working with one hand. God damn it. Yeah. It's kind of hard to get a ratchet and a socket in just because it's so close to the frame. These screws get loose now. Let me come back to it. Let me get two hands to have these three bolts, and then I'll show you the next step. Alright, so I forgot to show you guys that you have to remove the motor mount right here, which is right there. Once you get that, you remove the alternator belt and the water pump belt from here. Once you get that out, you gotta remove these two bolts that hold this bracket to the O2 sensor and the timing actuator. And then once you get that out, you pop out a clip and you should be able to push it back. And then I just got done removing the water pump pulley right here. So you put the extension right here, and it pretty much holds onto right there. Show you. So the extension pretty much goes right here and locks it so it doesn't move. And you should be able to take those three bolts out from the pulley. And then once you get that, you drain your coolant, which I'm already draining it right now. I believe just this bolt right here and this bolt right here. There should just be like two bolts. I only done two of these, so I don't know. I think it's this bolt right here and this bolt right here, and then should be able to get it off. So it'll be the O-ring behind here that goes to the water pipe. You gotta pull that out of. Let me show you guys the bottom. See, I'm draining the coolant right now, which is just the butterfly valve that you just turn. Then make sure it'll come down through it. Since I removed the motor mount, the engine drop, I put some cloth here, some rags, to prevent it from damaging the axle boot. And then you see how this is much slower. It's not against the firewall or the frame anymore. So you should be able to access it right there. So these are the bolts that I'm talking about right here. And then you should just be able to slide it off. So let me loosen those bolts, man. I'll come back. So this is the water pipe that I was talking about. Right there. Right there, that connects to the water pump. Which is gonna be this under this on top of that black connector. This pipe right here next to this water pump. Next to this water pump. So once you get these bolts off, you gotta slide that out. So this is the new water pump. So you see it has 3 right here. These are pretty much the 3 that you need to take out. Like I said, it's gonna be, I thought it was 2, but it's actually 3. It's this one, top one, middle one, and bottom. And then there is a bolt right behind here, right up there on that water pipe that you take out, and then this pipe should be a little bit more flexible, and then you should be able to pop that off. And then once you get that off, you have to replace the O-ring too. So the reason why I lower the engine down was so that it doesn't hit this and you get more room. I got the top one already loose. Going all the way up on top up here. I got that one loose with just a ratcheting flexible wrench, and then I should be able to get the second one in the middle with this extension right here, swivel. Can't record and do with one hand, so I'm gonna break these loose and then come back. Once you break these loose, what I like doing is I like taking a socket, a 10 in this case. I like using 1/4 inch because they're a lot skinnier and smaller. Once I break those loose, and I just pretty much bolt it up like that, and then you just take it off my hand. The top one I had to do a little bit more because it's still a little bit tight. So once you get those bolt loose, you will be dripping some coolant. So make sure you collect your coolant. Just let it drain, because you don't want to get wet. These coolant aren't the best feeling when it gets on you. So I took out those 3 bolts already, right here. So I got a swivel ratchet to get to this bolt behind here. You can't use a socket and ratchet because it'll hit the water pipe and hit the exhaust. So let me see if I can get off my hand now. So I was able to get the water pump out now. See, the water pump's out. You gotta replace this gasket. Make sure this is clean up here. It was kind of hard getting it out, but you just gotta wiggle it out. What I did also was I sprayed some penetration oil on the back side here, then it was able to give it a little bit more play. And after that, I just kind of wiggled it out, and then it finally came out. Now I just gotta clean that up and then install a new gasket, and then should be able to put the new one in. And you know what also my favorite tool is? This little pocket screwdriver. It's magnet and it's just so convenient. I literally use this for everything. Like this is probably one of my most used tools. I always have it in my little pocket on my shirt. So, got the gasket out, put the new one in, and clean it up. There's the new gasket going in. It's kind of hard doing it one hand, but I will get it. She's like, why are you so good with one hand? Because I'm a mechanic. So we got that on, that in. Now I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit. Probably put some coolant on the O-ring so that when you put this in, it slides in easy. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this coolant and just rub it on this O-ring. Damn, look at that scar already, man. Just put on this O-ring, get a little bit of lube up. Should be ready to put in the new one. Here's the new one. As you can see, I already have the gasket right there. It goes in this way. So try to line it up, then come back. So one thing to mention is on this water pump, it has these little groove. Make sure these go back in place. That's how it holds up the water pump. Once you get that, you can see down here it sits flush. You should be able to just pull it back up. Oh, pretty much reverse ordered. Like I said, I take this according to socket 10 in this case, and then I just hand turn these, get these kind of bolt on flush, and then I will use the ratchet or the wrench to tighten it down. Because that's the only best way to do it, so that you get clearance. I'm pretty sure I didn't even have to take out that back 10 for the water pipe, but alright, whatever. So I'm pretty much done. I got that bolt up there back in place. Now I just gotta clean it off a little bit. Like the same thing before. You put that extension in, but instead put it on this side, put on the back side, because now you're turning it down to tighten the bolt. So 8. You don't want to tighten too much because you don't want the bolt to snap. Actually, before the motor mount, you want to put these bracket and these plug back in, and then put your motor mount on. So now I have the bracket back on. It was just 2 bolts. I plugged in the connector back then. I just got the O2 sensor lock to plug in, and then this ground. Just put this clip back onto the bracket. that clip right there back onto that bracket right there, and then that one's right there, and then we should be good from here. And then we just gotta do the mount and the belt. Connectors all put back in place, all plugged up. Only thing left is just this ground that goes right here, but I need to put the engine mount right here because that clips on to the mount. So I gotta put that in, and then we should be good. Engine mount back on, 3 nuts, 3 bolts, and put the harness back in, or just the ground. Alright, so I got everything back in. Got the water pump in, got the mount, got the belt, got the grounds connectors. Just got done cleaning the timing cover area to make sure there's no coolant, so that when I do bleed it and ship it, there's no coolant mark or any sign of coolant leak. And now everything's back on. You just gotta put the under shield and the little timing cover shield here back on, and we should be good. And I just gotta bleed it. Right now I'm just bleeding out the coolant system. I also check and verify that there's no leaks. Also lifted up the vehicle and inspect it on there too. There's no leaks. I put the under shield back on. Right now I'm just waiting for the coolant system to bleed out. Anyways, give me a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and on to the next video. Thank you guys.